All right, so there is no secret that Salem is growing like crazy.
Salem, same. 282 can actually get you a decent family home in Salem. You obviously can spend more and get more, but you do get a lot more for your bang for your buck in Salem.
So we got the Salem specialist with us today, and in this video, we're going to be discussing everything about Salem. So all the different areas, what you get in those areas when living there, and just everything about Salem. So if you want to know that information, stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Ray Wilkey.
And I'm Jessica George.
And we are the Real Agent Now group right here in Portland and Salem. If this is your first time to this channel, you want to know everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing in all of these areas, make sure you tap that subscribe button and you click the little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. And honestly, we get calls every single day from people moving and relocating, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about moving or relocating anywhere in Portland or Salem, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us that pigeon carrier. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back on moving to the Portland Metro. So in this one, we're going to be talking about the South Metro again and south down into Salem. So what I want to do is we're going to be bringing up this map and talking about Salem. So first and foremost, you got a story to tell us about just downtown living. What's up with downtown Salem?
Yeah, absolutely. So downtown is kind of considered close to the capital. So downtown is beautiful older craftsman homes, bungalow style, and they range from tiny, cute little bungalows, 800 square feet, to large, regal craftsmen that are historic homes that are actually registered historic homes. And my mom actually bought a home there. So she bought a house in the historic downtown area about 12 years ago. So I've had, the ability to kind of watch that area develop. And it's one of my favorite areas in Salem because it feels very homey.
Now, like living downtown,
yeah.
Is there living over towards the river, like the riverfront park, or where's like the main living?
Yeah, so there is some living closer to downtown and the waterfront, but not as much. So, when you come away from that waterfront area, Front Ave is kind of where you've got the carousel and the waterfront park, but there's not as much housing there. It's when you come in a little bit closer to the Capitol that you're going to get a lot of these historic craftsman homes, the little bungalows, and it's in that northeast cove kind of right by the Capitol.
Gotcha. Okay, so another very popular area of Salem is West Salem. You want to talk about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, so of course. So West Salem is one of the most sought after areas in Salem, and that's because there are a lot of larger homes there. There's a lot of newer construction or, newer homes, and it's very highly sought after. There's homes that range from, the mid-4s to the 6s there, as well as down into the median price range 200s. But it's really a really gorgeous area to live. You do get that bridge traffic, so that's something to keep in mind when you're considering West Salem. But it's a beautiful part of town. There's shopping there. There's shopping on the west side. So you don't have to come across the bridge every time, but it's just another really nice place in Salem.
One thing I noticed over there, it says West Salem High School, so they probably have their own school districts over there, and are they good schools?
Absolutely. They're actually one of the more highly sought after school districts in the Salem Kaiser School District. The schools are great. They've got their own sports teams, their own high school, middle school, everything's sort of, you're not secluded over there, but everything's there. You don't have to leave the west side as often unless you're, working down at the Capitol or working at any of the state buildings. Those are all over on the east side.
Gotcha. Okay, so another area you were telling me about is Northeast Salem. Dive into that a little bit.
Yeah, so Northeast again is going to be somewhat coupled with that downtown capital area, but it kind of goes into there's Inglewood, there's a lot of other areas that are over there in the Northeast side that are super local and easy to get to a lot of those employers. You don't have to cross the bridge, and the houses are a lot more median priced. So you're not seeing as many of these giant new construction homes or any of the large registered craftsman homes. They're a lot more family style bungalow, ranch, those type of homes.
Cool. So again, guys, this is real broad, but at the same time, she knows all these different areas. We wanted to just give you kind of the 10,000 square foot view of the different styles. So before we kind of get a little bit outside of Salem, I do want to cover one last part of it. You talk about very highly desirable, and that's South Salem.
Absolutely. So South Salem is a very highly desirable, highly sought after area in Salem. South Salem has many different neighborhoods and communities that kind of make up their own little sections of South Salem, but it's got super desirable schools. The schools are highly rated, and there's a ton of golf course communities, which a lot of people like to be near and live with. So that is one of those things that really drives people to the South Salem. And again, you're on the east side of the river, so you don't have to deal with that West Salem traffic. You do have homes in the 200s ranging, up to 6s, 7s, and 8s. So you can find anything within your price range budget to fit your family.
So let's say we find one that's like $600,000, and we are going to compare this off of like $600,000 in Portland. $600,000 in Portland, depending on where you're at, can be maybe only like a 3-bed house. What can that find you in Salem?
So in Salem, and specifically South Salem speaking, but $600,000 in Salem is going to get you a large home. You're looking 5 bedrooms, 3,000 square feet, 3-car garage, nice size lots. I mean, $600,000 in Salem is going to buy you a ton more than you're going to get for $600,000 in the Portland metro.
Yeah. So, and then talking about that, what is off the top of your head kind of the difference between the price ranges of Portland, Oregon versus Salem?
Yeah, so Salem's median home price is about $282. Portland's median home price is about $416. But knowing and living in Oregon, realistically, $400,000 doesn't get you that big of a house in Portland. That's not, you end up spending a little more than that for a big home in Portland. Salem, same. $282 can actually get you a decent family home in Salem. You obviously can spend more and get more, but you do get a lot more for your bang for your buck in Salem.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing.
Prices.
I mean, we're seeing a lot of families and stuff there. You're a family of 3, or 3 kids. I'm a family of 3 kids. So together we got a lot of kiddos, but we're seeing that in Salem, correct? I mean, lots of families moving there.
Tons of families. So Salem has a really highly sought after school district overall. Salem Kaiser School District is great. There are many different private schooling options as well. And it's just, there's a ton of parks. There's a ton of things to do with your family outside. And so Salem is really good for families. And especially, like you said, when you've got multiple kids or you're trying, multi-generations, trying to live with, grandparents living with you, Salem allows that at a more affordable price.
And I'm not aging you or your mom yet, but your mom lives there. So obviously we're seeing families, young professionals, all the way up into probably retirees.
Yeah.
So kind of a mix of everybody living in Salem.
Absolutely. So yeah, you see a lot of young people coming straight from college. I mean, Salem is only an hour from the universities, and you see a lot of people graduating from those colleges and residing in Salem because there is a lot of job opportunity, but it's affordable. And then those people tend to stay and live and raise families, and you do have people moving from far and wide to live in Salem because it's affordable. So there's a huge range. And like I said, people that live in Salem love Salem. So there's a ton of retirees that live in the area, which I love because I love, talking with and chatting with people walking down the streets.
Get those stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do want to touch real quick. Okay, so with all the people moving here, there's got to be new construction. There's 2 more areas I want to talk about that are very popular. One is up to the north, and it's called Kaiser. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Kaiser?
Yeah. So Kaiser's awesome. Kaiser has actually grown exponentially recently. Kaiser just kind of used to be a little blip on the map where there was a golf course and a nice community, but it's grown so much. And now, they put In-N-Out Burger there. So if you want to wait in line 2 hours for a cheeseburger, that's where you should go. But Kaiser has grown huge. There's a ton of new construction. There's still all those multiple golf course communities. So you still have, again, the multi-generational, living. There's young families living there. There's retirees living there. And there's so much there now. They've got huge shopping centers with all of the major stores. Those are going in left and right. In-N-Out's in there. And so it's right off the freeway. It's a lot closer to the freeway. You're not down into Salem. So people that are commuting to Portland for work, it cuts a little bit of that commute time off.
Sweet. And there is one more place out there that's one of your favorites and definitely growing like crazy.
Silverton has my heart. So Silverton, I love Silverton. I actually resided there for 2.5 years with my children when they were younger, and I loved it. Silverton is one of those towns that you see in a movie. It is actually that, you feel like you live in a movie when you live in Silverton. Everybody walks the streets, knows each other's names, say hello. The movie theater is picturesque and old school. It is just one of those towns where you feel safe and everybody knows everybody. And there's still stuff to do. There's still restaurants, movie theaters, bars. But Silver Creek Falls is 10 minutes, 10 minutes out the highway. You've got the creek that runs through the city, which people sit and feed ducks and have meals. There's restaurants overlooking the creek. scenic, with wildlife. And so Silverton is one of those places that you go to live because you love it there. It is a little bit more removed off of the highway, so it is something to consider with, when you're traveling. If you work in Portland, it's not as convenient.
Right.
But a lot of people that live in Silverton work in, say, Salem,
and if
or, work down the 5.
You're living in Silverton, I mean, you literally got to go to Salem and then up to Portland, correct? Is there any roads that
No,
take
yeah, you can do the
Malala?
213 the back way. You can do 99. There's multiple ways in and out of Silverton, which is one of the positives. I mean, and it's really close to Woodburn. So a lot of people, there's a lot of ways actually in and out of Silverton, which is awesome. But it is a little bit farther removed, which is just something to consider. But Silverton has awesome schools, and the homes, there's a ton of homes. Again, like Salem, tiny bungalows ranging to big, beautiful, brand new homes.
Yeah, a lot of new construction in that area.
There is, yeah, a decent amount of brand new construction. And the one thing that I love about it is it's not just all brand new construction neighborhoods removed from, the older kind of picturesque communities. They built them within those areas. And so you're still kind of delved within that city of Silverton kind of feel, but it's brand new construction.
They got a big beer festival or something there, right?
Oktoberfest, it's actually right outside of Silverton and Mount Angel, which is kind of one of those adjoining cities. You don't actually differentiate them that much, but it is one of those things that absolutely drives people there. You can dress up in all of the, the German garb and wear the beers and the food, and it is so much fun.
That's what I love, the brewskis. So
yes,
absolutely amazing. I love it. Keep going.
There's a ton. The cool thing about Silverton is, it's a tiny town. And I don't say that lightly. That's a tiny town. You can walk it if you want to. But they have so many good places to eat. They, the restaurateurs and the owners of the restaurants really take pride in bringing good, nutritious, healthy food to the community. So there's so many good places to eat. And you, Jackson, should check out a couple of the restaurants because they have got 22 taps at all times. So it's definitely,
That's what I'm talking
ciders
about.
and beers on tap. Lots to do.
Okay, so as you guys can see, she eats, sleeps, breathes this whole Salem area and loves it. So anywhere around there and south of Portland, she's got you covered. So the only way that she can help you, though, is you got to reach out to her. Give her a call, shoot her a text, send her an email, send her that pigeon carrier, however you want to get a hold of her. We both got your back when moving anywhere. Vancouver, Portland, Salem, anywhere around here. So until the next video, guys, we'll catch you later.
See you later.